What is up, guys? Welcome back to the GT podcast. Today, we're going to be recapping the Vietnam Pro Show. And before we get to that, I just wanted to say that this type of format right here is where I'm going to be recapping shows. My other format where I have my intro is going to be also where I do previewing the shows, talk about the athletes, talk about where I think they might place and predictions. That's all for fun. Also, times on the show, also do Q&As where you guys submit questions. I'll give you some answers. I've had 16 years of experience in the health and fitness industry. I have a 4-year bachelor's degree from Virginia Commonwealth in exercise science, and I'm a former DPT candidate, a doctor of physical therapy. And other times on the show, I'll do one-on-one interviews where I bring on an athlete or I bring on a special guest and we just talk. We get to know them, get to see their story, get to know where they're about and where they got to where they wanted to be and how they are and what do they hope for to do in their career path. And so anyways, we're going to get to talk about the Vietnam Pro Show right here. So I'm going to go over the top 5 girls. I felt like this show, it has a lot of talent. The top 3 girls are girls that were just at the Mr. Olympia this year, and some of them have done well in pro shows. They've done well also in the U.S. as well. But let's talk about 5th place right here, and this is Heather. So this has a really good look to her. But when I first look at her, it's just like her upper body is the first thing to go to. It feels like her upper body is like more overpowering than her lower body, like right here, that arm right here. Overall, this is a great structure for her. This is a great frame for what she has. And I definitely think that it's just bringing that down so it's not over because she's very well put together right here. In her back pose. Now this is a solid back pose. This is like a really good back pose. I would just kind of fix a couple things in her posing. Great genetics on her. I mean, a lot of these girls have great genetics. I feel like a couple fixes that she can do, she can definitely move up in those top spots, but I can show you as we go along why she may have placed the way she did. All right, next up we have in 4th, Josephine. Now this is a great physique right here. I felt like she was a little too hard, and that was kind of a thing I keep seeing with Asian and European competitors, and sometimes South American competitors, is they come in way too dry and conditioned. It's the physique that shows up in front of the judges. It's not something that's can be like, if there's a common theme, they have to go with who's closer to the criteria. That's just kind of what I was trying to say right here. But beautiful girl right here. I like the purple suit on her. It does well with her hair and her tan. Could fix a little thing in this pose right here. Let's go to her back pose. Right here. I just think maybe she could get a new fabric or new cut for her because it's like a lot of fabric on her, just a new cut and just be a little more in the glutes. And, you can kind of see her hamstrings are kind of etched in a bit. Just needs to like come in where it's like not, she has the tides, but it's just like, it's really etched in, just over conditioning right here. All right. And 3rd, we have Jaiki. She is an Olympian. She did get qualified for the Olympia this year. When I look at her, I just think first she needs to fix her front pose. This is very well put together. I mean, all of them are very well put together, but if you see this front pose right here, it's kind of like you can see where obviously needs fixed. Obviously have her hand position not like on her belly button, just kind of like a little bit away. Right. And then her back. So yeah, I feel like well put together right here. Just needs to have just a little more being tighter, but really snatched in the back, really well put together. Her hair's like right above her suit cut. I just think, maybe a little more fabric here. That's just what I see in like that's what I just see based off US standards. All right. 2nd, Zinyi. We've seen her a couple times. She just got 3rd at Sasquatch Pro, I believe, in her first US show. So she has great genetics, great structure. But like I said, she just comes in a little too hard. You can see her quad splits right here. Shoulders are fine. She doesn't need to add anything else to her, but her front's probably one of the best. But And her back pose is where she's really strong. I mean, she has great glute insertions, and like I said, I think if she's just not so tight, she can definitely be doing very well. I even told her coach Ricardo Panayin, like, I think this girl would do so well and be winning a lot of shows here in the States, especially from Asia. But if you just saw how she looked here, I'm gonna pull it up here. Let me move myself here. Here's what she looked like at this show. Yeah, her posing's much better here. She kind of brought this similar look to here. It would have helped her win, because she's raising her shoulder up here versus she's more relaxed in Vietnam, right? And in the back, let me see here. So here's Sasquatch. So she's more tighter in her condition here versus here. She's a little soft, but this is really on point right here. I just think she just needed her little more pop that she had in her glutes, but really well put together girl, really genetically gifted girl. All right. Last but not least, we've had Natalia. Yeah. This is her fourth time qualifying for the Olympia. Definitely love this look. Oftentimes I used to say like her suit would be like too small on her and she just needs to get a new suit cut, but she's gradually getting better. And I feel like for her, she needs to start winning shows in the US and start, getting in front of the judges like Sandy and Tyler and Becky and see where she stands amongst others and obviously do well. I mean, she has done in the past and she's done pretty good, but lineups are tough in the US because the quality's high, but this is a really good competitor. She did her first Olympia and she got I think 13th in 2020. Yeah. She's really come a long way growing into her physique. How she poses is much more differently. Her foot positions much differently now. Right. Then we'll see. I think it was one of the pictures in, let's see. This was last year. Like I said, that her thing was that her suit top was just too small on her. But really like she just needs to come with the right amount of fullness, like right here in Tokyo, and then bring that to like the next show that she does. But in the back, she's probably one of the best. Okay, here, let me go back. So I just think she just needed a little more glue pop. But honestly, I think this is very well put. I would kind of have her hair a little lower than her connectors. And it'll just kind of open up a bit because sometimes you can see her chest from the front. But when I look at this Tokyo show, I think that back pose here would be like lights out for everybody. It just needs a little more quad, just not too much. That would really help accentuate her physique very, very well. But yeah, I'm happy for Natalia, but I think now more than ever, she needs to start, winning shows in the US because this is very well put together for her. I definitely think that with time and, after winning this show and obviously having some time off and then obviously planning for a show sometime in the US in 2025 before the Olympia, she has plenty of time to do that. And I definitely think now more than ever for a lot of competitors, especially outside the US, especially in Asia, Europe, they need to start winning shows in the US. If they get qualified in Europe, if they get qualified in Asia and Brazil, that's great. But when you come to the Olympia, you want to actually do very well. I mean, you went from 13th to in that like middle pack. You want to get back into that top spots and obviously be in the top 10 at the Olympia. You got to start winning shows here. You got to start getting in front of these judges. You got to start seeing what gets awarded and what you can improve on from there. And I definitely think she's going to take her feedback from the Olympia and she applied it here. And she's obviously going to do that and take things into consideration moving forward. But just wanted to congratulate Natalia. I'm very proud of her. And that'll be my wrap up for the Vietnam Pro. And next video, I'll be previewing our big weekend. We got the Iron Games, we got Romania, and we got Fit Pyra in Brazil. And I'll see you guys next time.